NASCAR's next superstar, Carson Hocevar. Carson Hocevar is a current full-time NASCAR Cup Series driver, along with making starts in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, Craftsman Truck Series, and ARCA Menards Series over the past 8 or so years. Currently the driver of the Spire Motorsports number 77 Chevrolet. Originally getting his start in racing at the age of 7, racing quarter midgets, winning 79 feature races and 15 national championships along the way. In 2015, Carson Hocevar won the Outlaw Late Model Track Championship at Berlin Speedway as a 12-year-old. The following season, in 2016, he won his first Super Late Model race at the track. This before NASCAR implemented a new rule stopping all drivers under the age of 14 from competing at sanctioned tracks. Carson returned in 2017 and won Berlin Speedway's Super Late Model Championship, continuing to climb the NASCAR ladder in 2018, making his ARCA Menards Series debut at Toledo in the spring, behind the wheel of Mike Bursley's number 35 KBR Development Scott's Chevrolet, starting and finishing 11th, making 2 other starts throughout the 2018 season in the ARCA Menards Series. Hocevar's best start was 1st, and his best finish was 4th, both coming at Berlin Speedway in the late summer. Overall, in 3 ARCA Menards Series starts, Hocevar scored 1 pole, 0 wins, 2 top 5s, and 2 top 10s. The following season, in 2019, Carson Hocevar joined the Driver's Edge Development Program, a program through Chevrolet to help young drivers, making 12 ARCA Menards Series starts in 2019, all behind the wheel of Mike Bursley's number 28 GM Parts Now Scott's Chevrolet. His best start was 1st, and his best finish was 3rd, both coming at Salem Speedway in the spring. Overall, in 12 ARCA Menards Series starts, Hocevar scored 1 pole, 0 wins, 4 top 5s, and 10 top 10s, finishing 12th in final point standings. Also making his Craftsman Truck Series debut at Eldora in the summer, behind the wheel of Jordan Anderson's number 3 Scott's GM Parts Chevrolet, starting 13th and finishing 25th. Carson also made another one-off start in the Craftsman Truck Series at Phoenix in the fall, behind the wheel of Timmy Hill's number 56 Chevrolet, starting 17th and finishing 23rd. Continuing to evolve as a young NASCAR driver, Carson Hocevar made 7 more Craftsman Truck Series starts in the 2020 season, 5 behind the wheel of a number 40 Chevrolet, and 2 behind the wheel of a number 42 Chevrolet, all owned by Al Neese. Hocevar's best start was 16th at Gateway in the late summer. His best finish was 12th at Dover in the late summer. Overall, in 7 Craftsman Truck Series starts, Hocevar scored 3 top 15s and 4 top 20s. Also running some super late model races, including the Red Bud 400 and the Winchester 400, winning both events in 2020. Finally, Hocevar was able to land a full-time ride in the Craftsman Truck Series starting in 2021, behind the wheel of Al Neese's number 42 Chevrolet. Cody Efall began the season as Carson's crew chief, until race 8 when Phil Gould took over the position. Overall, for his first full-time season, 2021 was pretty solid, spending all but 4 weeks of the season inside the top 10 points. Hocevar's best start was 3rd twice at Daytona Road Course in the spring and Texas in the early summer. His best finish was Charlotte in the spring. Overall, in 22 starts, Hocevar scored 3 top 5s and 8 top 10s, finishing 10th in final Craftsman Truck Series point standings, making his final ARCA Menards Series start at Watkins Glen in the late summer, behind the wheel of Cody Efall's number 50 Chevrolet, starting 4th and finishing 4th. Returning to the number 42 Chevrolet full-time once again for Al Neese in the Craftsman Truck Series for the 2022 season. This season was a little bit of an improvement over the season prior, again only spending 4 weeks outside the top 10 in point standings. Hocevar's best start was 1st at Sonoma in the early summer. His best finish was 2nd 3 times, at Bristol Dirt and Darlington in the spring, then Kansas in the fall. Overall, in 23 starts, Hocevar scored 1 pole, 0 wins, 7 top 5s, and 12 top 10s, finishing 10th in final Craftsman Truck Series point standings. Hocevar made his only career ARCA Menards West Series start at Phoenix in the fall, behind the wheel of Al Neese's number 40 Premier Security Chevrolet, starting 7th, but after a mechanical issue ended his race early on lap 19, he finished 29th. For the 2023 season, Carson Hocevar returned to the Craftsman Truck Series once again, running the full season, behind the wheel of Al Neese's number 42 Worldwide Security Chevrolet. During the first half of the season, Hocevar spent the majority of his time outside the top 10 in points. Though, due to the fact Hocevar was able to find victory lane, he made the playoffs. In fact, as the season drew on, he got stronger, actually making the championship four by season's end. Hocevar's best start was second 3 times, at North Wilkesboro in the spring, then Bristol and Homestead in the fall. His best finish was first 4 times, at Texas in the spring, this being his first career Craftsman Truck Series victory, Nashville Superspeedway in the early summer, Richmond in the summer, then Homestead in the fall. Overall, in 23 starts, Hocevar scored 4 wins, 11 top 5s, and 13 top 10s, finishing 4th in final Craftsman Truck Series point standings. On June 4th, 2023, Carson Hocevar made his NASCAR Cup Series debut at Gateway in the early summer, behind the wheel of Spire Motorsports No. 7, Schuler Systems Chevrolet. This when normal driver of the Spire No. 7, Corey LaJoie, got an opportunity to fill in for a suspended Chase Elliott, behind the wheel of his Hendrick Motorsports No. 9 Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet. Hocevar started the race 26th, though he was up almost into the top 15 when his brake rotors failed and he hit the wall, ending his race early. A little bit later in the 2023 Cup Series season, Hocevar began making starts behind the wheel of Legacy Motor Club's No. 42 Sunseeker Resorts Chevrolet, following the suspension and release of original driver of Legacy Motor Club's No. 42 Chevrolet, Noah Gragson. Hocevar made 8 starts near the end of the season. His best start was 15th at Darlington in the fall, and his best finish was 11th at Bristol in the fall. Overall, 9 Cup Series starts, Hocevar scored 1 top 15 and 5 top 20s, as well as making his O'Reilly Auto Parts Series debut at Circuit of the Americas in the spring, behind the wheel of Bobby Dodder's No. 07 Chevrolet, starting 17th, but after a transmission issue ended his race early on lap 7, he finished 38th. Then Hocevar made 4 more O'Reilly Auto Parts Series starts behind the wheel of a No. 77 Premier Security Chevrolet, owned by Spire Motorsports. Carson's best start was 7th at Michigan in the summer. His best finish was 6th at Darlington in the spring. Overall, in 5 starts, Hocevar scored 2 top 10s. Completing his climb to the top of the NASCAR world in 2024, when Carson Hocevar took over the Spire Motorsports No. 77 Chevrolet full-time. Luke Lambert began serving as his crew chief starting in 2024, spending the season climbing his way through the 20s in points to finish the season 20th in final point standings. Hocevar's best start was 2nd at Darlington in the fall. His best finish was 3rd at Watkins Glen in the fall. Overall, in 36 starts, Hocevar scored 1 top 5 and 6 top 10s, finishing 20th in final NASCAR Cup Series point standings, winning the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series Rookie of the Year honors. That following season, in 2025, Hocevar returned to the Spire Motorsports No. 77 Chevrolet full-time. After a successful rookie season in the Cup Series, Hocevar began to land some solid sponsorship deals, like the ones he landed with Delaware Life and Chili's, spending the 25 season between 15th and 30th in point standings. Carson's best start was 1st at Texas in the spring. This was his first career Cup Series pole. His best finish was 2nd twice, at Atlanta in the spring, Nashville Superspeedway in the early summer. Overall, in 36 starts, Hocevar scored 1 pole, 0 wins, 2 top 5s, and 9 top 10s, finishing 23rd in final NASCAR Cup Series point standings. In the All-Star Open, Hocevar started the race 2nd, and he finished the race 1st, meaning he advanced to the All-Star race. He started the All-Star race 21st, and finished 11th. Returning to the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series in 2025, making 2 starts. A one-off start at Circuit of the Americas behind the wheel of Bobby Dodder's No. 14 Trophy Tractor Chevrolet, starting 24th and finishing 38th. The other one-off start Hocevar made came at Iowa in the summer, behind the wheel of Colleague Racing's No. 11 Call 811 Chevrolet, starting 3rd and finishing 6th. Overall, in 2 O'Reilly Auto Parts Series starts, Hocevar scored 1 top 10. Also returning to the Craftsman Truck Series as well, making 4 starts behind the wheel of Spire Motorsports No. 7 Chevrolet. Hocevar's best start was 2nd at Michigan in the early summer. His best finish was 1st at Kansas in the spring. Overall, in 4 Craftsman Truck Series starts, Hocevar scored 1 win, 1 top 5, and 1 top 10. On November 15th, 2025, Hocevar and co-driver Cletus McFarland won the 5th annual 2.4 hours of Le Mullets at the Freedom Factory. So far, only 6 races into the 2026 NASCAR Cup Series season, Carson Hocevar returned to the number 77 Chili's Spectrum Chevrolet full-time for Spire Motorsports. In his dual qualifying race at Daytona, Hocevar started 14th and finished 2nd, meaning he started 6th in the Daytona 500 in the spring. So far, this is his best start of the 2026 season. His best finish so far in the 2026 season has been 4th twice, at Atlanta and Darlington in the spring. Overall, in 6 Cup Series starts, Hocevar has scored 2 top 5s and 2 top 10s, so far sitting 14th in Cup Series point standings. Also making 1 O'Reilly Auto Parts Series start thus far into the 26th season, behind the wheel of Randy Young's number 42 Chevrolet at Daytona in the spring, starting and finishing 20th. Down in the Craftsman Truck Series, Carson has made 3 starts so far in the 2026 season, all behind the wheel of Spire Motorsports number 77 Chevrolet. His best start was 2nd at Darlington in the spring. Hocevar's best finish was 2nd at Atlanta in the spring. Overall, in 3 Craftsman Truck Series starts, Hocevar has scored 1 top 5 and 1 top 10. Carson Hocevar has run an assortment of different kinds of race cars throughout his career, including midgets, micro sprints, and dirt super late models along the way, in addition to his other rides since becoming a professional driver in 2015. He has become one of the bigger NASCAR personalities over the last several years. With a growing fan base and his obvious talent behind the wheel of a race car, Carson Hocevar should become one of NASCAR's top superstars over the next several seasons. Even NBC NASCAR announcer Leigh Diffy has dubbed him Hurricane Hocevar as a way to describe his aggressive driving style. So far, in 87 NASCAR Cup Series starts, Hocevar has scored 1 pole, 0 wins, 5 top 5s, and 17 top 10s, with the best point finish at 20th in 2024. In 8 NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series starts, Hocevar has scored 3 top 10s. In 84 Craftsman Truck Series starts, Hocevar has scored 1 pole, 5 wins, 23 top 5s, and 35 top 10s, with the best points finish of 4th in 2023. In 16 ARCA Menards Series starts, Hocevar has scored 2 poles, 0 wins, 7 top 5s, and 13 top 10s, with the best points finish of 12th in 2019. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.